One of the student needs that the Racial Justice Center wants to meet is to try to connect students in concrete ways with live public policy issues. Often students come to law school, wanting to serve justice or wanting to change society, but then they find themselves in first-year classes and they're feeling disconnected or removed from these pressing issues that brought them to law school. The Center for Racial Justice is in part an effort to reconnect students with the desires that brought them to law school.
I knew that I wanted to be a part of the Racial Justice Center coming into Stanford as a first-year student. And so being able to start so early was such a delight and such a treat for me. And I had an amazing first quarter as an intern with the center. Since then, my work has become a lot more pointed, a lot more substantive, and my work product has been able to be published and seen by people who I would have never imagined were going to see my work. So that was really, really awesome.
Being an intern really did feel like this sort of sheltered space at SLS, away from the storm, where it was just collaborating with people, talking about things you care about. Everyone's on the same page with what we want to accomplish, our values are aligned. And it's this really organic and kind of unique experience, especially during this 1L year, which can be really intense.
The Racial Justice Center engaged students from a variety of different schools. So we had undergrads in the class, we had grad students from a variety of different schools, and then we had kind of 4 instructors who had a lot of different viewpoints, and we got to interact a lot with community members and stakeholders, which is something that I really wasn't expecting, but a really, really cool way that the Policy Lab kind of engaged different communities.
When I came here, I expected to hopefully be in a room with people who were not from my program necessarily. I wanted to interact with people from across the university. I wanted to interact with Stanford law students, Stanford undergraduates, because the practicum was sort of pitched as an interdisciplinary and inter-school effort. And I was really pleased to see that that was very much the case.
Working with other students was definitely the best part of the Center for Racial Justice. I knew some of the other 1Ls going in, but I feel like we weren't super close. And after spending an internship with them, I got to know them more, and I think I developed some real bonds with them. We were all working on our own individual projects, but yet they were connected in some way. And so I learned how their ideas can also impact mine.
I've taken away a lot of very tangible skills in terms of research and writing, but also I've learned a lot about racial justice in the many different ways that the law has been affecting the pursuit of racial justice. What can I do just as one person to sort of change one aspect maybe of what racial injustice looks like or what racial justice looks like, even through one report, one memo, one thing that somebody reads in their newsletter. I think there's so many opportunities to make change and learn what you want to do in the future.
I think that I have learned about working with professors and working kind of in tandem with professors and what kinds of things are useful to them, what sorts of research points are useful. Experiences like the center kind of help you break out of that and sort of help you evaluate your experience at the law school generally, kind of in terms that are not just based on the grade.
I was able to interact with a lot of different staff members and students and also faculty members throughout my time here. And so I think they played a really big part in just mentoring and guiding the scope of the projects that I was working on. So we were tackling really big picture questions, and they kind of served as the grounding force to kind of guide me whenever I was confused or give me advice, and also kind of highlight new and diverse perspectives that I wasn't always considering when doing the writing. And so I feel like they really expanded my horizons when it came to the topics I was thinking about and really pushed me to think more deeply about the stuff I was researching, and overall just made me do a better job.
Of all of the internships, research assistantships that I've done at the law school, this one was the most hands-on and the most where I felt like I was a smaller part of a bigger whole. And that was really refreshing. And I'm interested in the economic justice space, particularly with a focus on racial justice, because those two are so intertwined. And with that, a realization that I want to not just work on the law side, but also the policy reform side. I will be working as an eviction defense attorney.
Through my time at the center, when we partnered with the Human Rights Clinic at the law school to work on this paper for the special rapporteur at the UN on AI and education, I ended up forming a connection with the folks at the Human Rights Clinic, which then led to another volunteer opportunity to look at immigration externalization policies in Latin America. And so it kind of just illustrates that the center can help lead to these other connections, also within law school or beyond, that can help encourage more learning.
I think the center for me has been a place where I can pursue all of my interests, both academic, professional, and personal. I have personal passions related to civil rights and racial justice, and then an academic background in international relations, and then hopefully an aspiring lawyer or someone who's working within the legal space. And I think the center has allowed me the space and the freedom and the flexibility to pursue all three.
I thought a lot about what we can offer to students and what students should leave with. What is it that makes a good student experience? And what I keep coming back to is the idea that we want to challenge them to think differently, to try to grapple with some of our most difficult issues in a way that's open-minded, that's honest, that's not beholden to any particular ideology, a way that is really focused on analytical rigor, on bringing clarity, on appreciating nuance, grasping complexity, and ultimately proposing solutions. Those are all the things that I want the Racial Justice Center to be, and thereby to help the university be better as well.